One of the most important ways that some kinds of companies are able to attract, retain, and motivate really talented people is through the use of what's known as sweat equity. We talked about reverse vesting on founder stock, that it usually takes a number of years to build value, and in a way that reverse vesting is a form of sweat equity. But in addition to that, what about all the others? The ones who weren't there necessarily at the beginning, but the ones who are important to go to the next level. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. Now, for purposes of this discussion, I have to say you need to consult competent securities and tax advisors in whatever jurisdiction you may be located, because this stuff is governed by some pretty complicated securities, tax, and even labor laws. And having said that, though, if you look at sort of the typical standard startup plan, stock option plan, the features of those typically include stock options, which is to say you grant somebody the right to buy stock at a predetermined price and subject to vesting, say 4 years, different ways you can do that. Maybe it's 1 year cliff, which means not vested for first year. After that, maybe it's monthly for 36 months. That kind of thing is pretty standard. Then the option holder has the right to buy the stock at that price and subject to the terms and conditions of the agreement and of the plan. In different jurisdictions, those stock options have dramatically different tax consequences. In the US, there's incentive stock options and non-statutory. I'm not going to get into that. That would be a deep dive. It'd be give a whole master class. And other kinds of stock options include, basically you can grant restricted stocks pursuant to one of these plans. If you really don't want equity holders, but you do want people to participate in the value creation, there's other ways you can do it. So there's something called phantom stock, which as it sounds it's a phantom. It's like a stock, but not. I could go on, but those are the main building blocks with equity comp. Now, it's important that you read the agreements. It's important that you get competent advice. There have been circumstances where people were surprised to learn either A, that there were adverse tax consequences, or B, that maybe the plan didn't work exactly the way they thought it would. Famously, in the Skype deal, the acquisition by Microsoft, there were some people who claimed that they didn't get the benefit of the bargain. And you can go online and read about it. It's actually kind of interesting. So, equity compensation, sweat equity.